This week on the Morrisania and Harlem River Railroad. Good afternoon, train fans, and my special train fans, Julian and Ellie. Well, it's been about 2 weeks since my last video, and what I wanted to talk about today is my trip up to Allentown, Pennsylvania, where they have the first Frost train show, and I attended that show on a Saturday. I was there for about 4 hours and had a lot of neat things there. Met a few people that I know from my fellow content creators out there, such as Sean, known as Dakman Productions. I also ran into Ray of Ray's Trains, and lots of vendors that I talked to, and just looked around to see what I could find that might be of interest to me. And I did find two things that I brought home with me that I wanted to share with you. One of them is what's called a box cab locomotive. I think I did a video on the box cab locomotive about, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago on the famous Lionel 520 box cab. And it's an interesting item. It was something that came out in the 1950s. But I don't know if many people are familiar with box cabs because, well, they're kind of rare today. But what they were is essentially in the metropolitan areas where they were concerned about fire. They didn't like the idea of steam locomotives coming into the metropolitan communities where there were lots of residences. So they required electric locomotives to pull the passenger coaches and the freight cars into the metropolitan areas. So these little workhorses, these box cabs, were quite prominent up, I would say, through the 1950s, perhaps. And when I was at the Allentown show, I saw one that I was looking for a while, but hadn't seen the right price for it. And it was made by K-Line when K-Line had a relationship with Lionel. It's a box cab locomotive. It has some more modern features than the Lionel 520. It has a DC motor in it, and it's got an electronic reverse unit in it. It also has a built-in horn. And it's really nicely detailed. The one I got was Pennsylvania Railroad, and I'll show you that in a few seconds. The other item that I picked up when I was walking around was something that you don't run on the tracks, but something you put on the side of the tracks. And I have a few of those things on my layout, if you've been watching my videos, such as the Signalman or the Signal Shack type of animated things that are usually on the side of the tracks. Well, this time I picked up something else that I've been looking for a while, but again, not necessarily for the price I wanted to pay. But this time I found one that was in the price range I was looking to spend, and it's the Lionel, I think it's number 128, Lionel Newsstand, which features a newsstand where there's a fellow selling newspapers, a paper boy who is picking up newspapers from the newsstand, and a cute little dog that circles around a fire hydrant on it. So I'm going to be showing you that as well. I just thought I'd introduce it, and we'll see you again soon. I just wanted to thank all my subscribers. And for those of you who are not yet subscribers, I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe on my Morrisania and Harlem River Railroad channel. And I'm going to be going out there and videoing more things for you that I think might be of interest. I hope you'll continue to stay with me. And until next time, run your trains. See you real soon. Bye for now. So here's the Lionel 128 newsstand that I was talking about. I don't have it wired up yet, and there's a few things I think I want to do to maybe detail it a little more. Maybe I'll paint the newsstand fellow who's selling the newspapers, or maybe this fellow here who's got a stack of newspapers under his arm. I know there's one thing that's missing, which is I think an individual newspaper, which should be in the newsboy's hand there. So I'm going to see if I can find that. And here over in the other corner, we see the little dog that's circling around the infamous red fire hydrant. and that kind of makes for a neat animation when this thing is wired up. If you look closely, you can see the two electrical contacts that one has to connect to make all of this come to life. And once I have that done at some point down the road, I'll do a video on it so you can see it. But this is the Lionel newsstand that I picked up at the Allentown First Frost show, and I hope you like it. And I got it for a very reasonable price. Let's just say it was under $20. That's quite a bargain, I think. All it needed was a little bit of cleanup on the sidewalk there, which I've already done. And let's move on to the second item. Okay, so here's our K-Line Lionel Pennsylvania Box Cab. Just take a look at the front. You can see that it's got headlights and kind of nice red outlined windows and yellow safety grab bars. It has a porthole type of windows on the sides. It's nicely detailed in the green Pennsylvania Railroad colors. You can see the rear pantograph is up, which would be appropriate if it's moving to my left. And what else? It also has the same setup at the rear. You can see the two headlights there. It is pulling two Pennsylvania coaches, and this is a long Broadway Limited coach, and right behind it, a Pennsylvania Railroad United States Mail Railway Post Office car. And this might be something typical that one of these box cabs would pull around in the yards in the 1950s. Getting it ready for perhaps a longer consist going someplace like Chicago or New York. So anyway, let's take a look at this box cab as it goes around the track.